What if the future wasn't this fixed path you're just, stumbling down? What if you could actually nudge it, influence it now?
It's a pretty wild idea, isn't it?
Yeah, like seeing around the corner, maybe. And it brings up this huge question we're diving into today. Can we really change what's coming our way?
Exactly. And for that, we're looking closely at the work of Neville Goddard, specifically his ideas on thinking fourth dimensionally.
Okay.
Think of it like unlocking a different way of seeing time, consciousness, and maybe your own power to shape things.
Right. Fourth dimensionally sounds a little
Yeah.
intense. The source material mentions people observing events before they happen in our normal 3D world. What's that about? Is it like getting previews?
Well, the text suggests that if you can see something before it physically happens, then in some way it must already exist.
Yeah.
Imagine our 3D world is just one frame in a long movie.
Okay. Like a snapshot.
Yeah, exactly. And thinking fourth dimensionally is like being able to see the whole real past, present, future, all kind of existing at once.
So from our view, down here in 3D, those future frames look predetermined as they get closer.
That seems to be the implication, yeah.
So are we just stuck watching the movie, or can we actually, grab the remote or maybe the editing scissors?
Now that's where it gets really interesting. Goddard argues that while seeing these future events suggests they pre-exist,
Yeah.
it's not rigidly fixed. We apparently have the power to consciously interact with those future frames to influence which ones actually become our present.
But wait, if we change something, doesn't that just lock us onto a new path, a new predetermined sequence?
Precisely. That's exactly it. Any change you make consciously kicks off a whole new chain of cause and effect. It's less about escaping reality's flow and more about steering it. And a big part of that steering wheel is your concept of self.
My idea of who I am.
Your core beliefs about yourself. Yeah. Think of it like an engine running on self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yeah.
Change that core concept.
And the future it spits out changes too.
Inevitably. According to this perspective, even tiny, deeply buried assumptions about who you are, what you're capable of, they have immense creative power. You might not even realize it.
Wow. So if I really truly believe I'm, say, successful and capable, that belief itself starts building that future success.
That's the core idea.
Yeah.
And it links into two ways of seeing the world described in the text. There's the natural focus.
Which is just normal waking life.
Pretty much. Your everyday awareness, relying on your senses, seeing the present as solid and real, the past as memory, the future as just, maybe.
Makes sense. And the other one, the spiritual focus.
Right. The spiritual focus, which Goddard connects to a kind of heightened awareness, almost like a creative power, achieved through controlled imagination, sees time totally differently.
How so?
In this view, past, present, future, they're all experienced as one unified whole, like how all parts of a chair exist at the same time and space.
Okay, that's a bit of a head-scratcher.
It is. And what feels subjective to us normally, our thoughts, feelings, daydreams, are seen as actually concrete, objective realities within this spiritual dimension.
So imagination isn't just fluff.
Not according to this view, no. It's seen as the blueprint, a tangible reality in that fourth dimension.
That's a really radical idea. How do we even start to get that spiritual focus, to see with that inner eye, so to speak?
Well, the source suggests that relying only on our physical senses can actually box us in, limit our view of what's real.
Okay.
So to develop this other outlook, you need to intentionally pull your attention away from what your senses are screaming at you.
And focus it where?
On an invisible state, something you want. You mentally feel it, live in it in your mind until it starts to feel real. The idea is that concentrated thought in one direction can actually tune out other sensations.
Interesting.
It's about training your attention, really. Training it to perceive beyond just the immediate physical stuff.
So it's like shining a spotlight of awareness onto something I want to be real, even if my eyes and ears are saying, nope, not here yet.
You got it. Exactly.
Yeah.
By consistently focusing on that unseen reality in your mind, feeling it, you start to build that spiritual outlook. You start perceiving possibilities beyond current limits.
It becomes like another sense, almost.
Kind of, yeah. An inner seeing that's separate from your physical eyes.
Okay, now, the source also brings up desire, says it's the mainspring of action, the driver behind everything.
Absolutely. Even tiny actions like, wiggling your finger. The text says there's a desire before that happens.
Right.
What you're doing at any given moment is basically dictated by whatever desire has grabbed your main attention.
So desire isn't just wanting stuff.
It's framed more as an awareness of something missing, a lack,
Yeah.
a sense of needing something to make your experience feel more complete. And, importantly, Goddard suggests our spiritual self talks to our natural self through desire.
Whoa, so those deep longings, they're not random. They're signals from deeper, within.
That's the implication, yeah. Lukács emphasizes that, really listening to and acting on that voice of desire. It's like aligning yourself with its fulfillment.
Acting on it how?
By assuming it's already yours. It even quotes Pascal, "You would not have sought me had you not already found me."
Suggesting the desire itself contains the seed of its own fulfillment.
Kind of implies its potential existence, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even conceive of it if it wasn't possible for you on some level.
Okay. So we have this potential spiritual focus. We have these desires bubbling up. How do we actually use this to change the future?
Right, the practical bit. The key, according to Goddard, is to assume the feeling of your wish already fulfilled,
Assume the feeling.
and then live from that feeling.
Yeah.
Act as if it's already true. Experience in your imagination what life would feel like if your goal was achieved right now.
And doing that somehow changes things.
The text says that vividly imagining the end, feeling it, actually wills the means. It sets things in motion. Think of your fourth dimensional self as the complete you across all time. When you vividly assume a future state, feeling it real now, you're basically aligning your current slice of self with that future slice. And reality somehow rearranges itself to make it happen.
What about when everything around me, my senses, are telling me the exact opposite? The source mentions the undisciplined mind struggles here.
Oh yeah, that's the big hurdle for most people. Our senses are very convincing, aren't they?
Totally.
Which is why Goddard offers a specific technique, a practical method to work with this.
Okay, I'm listening. What's the technique?
It's got a few steps. First, crystal clear objective, know exactly what you want, no fuzziness.
Got it. Be specific.
Second, construct a scene, a short event that you're pretty sure would happen after your desire is fulfilled. The example given is someone congratulating you on getting that promotion you wanted.
Right, something that implies success. What next?
Third step is key. Get physically relaxed, really relaxed, like drowsy, almost asleep, but keep control of your thoughts. Don't drift off completely.
Okay, that sleepy state.
Yeah. Then, eyes closed, you bring your attention to that scene, the congratulation, maybe a handshake, and you mentally live it, here and now.
Not watching it happen.
No, that's crucial. You feel the handshake now. You hear the words now. You feel the emotion of it being real in this present moment in your imagination.
Why is that here and now part so important?
The text really hammers this home. You have to be in the action in your imagination, using your inner senses as if it's physically real right now. It's not like watching a movie of yourself succeeding in the future.
What's the difference?
Feeling yourself doing it now versus just seeing yourself do it later. The example used is climbing a ladder. You need to feel your hands on the rungs. Feel your muscles moving now in your mind.
Not just picture yourself up there already.
Exactly. That feeling, that sensory vividness in your imagination now is what supposedly impresses that reality onto the fourth dimension. It makes it real on that level.
So embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in my imagination, as if it's already done, right now.
That's the essence of it. And remember, the scene has to be something that follows fulfillment. Consistently doing this, feeling it real in that relaxed state. You're essentially enacting that future reality in that larger dimension.
And this fourth dimension, you said earlier the source links it directly to time. It's not just some weird abstract space.
Correct. The definition used is that a dimension is just any way of measuring something that's completely different from all the other ways of measuring it.
Okay.
We know length, width, height, 3 spatial ways. Time, Goddard says, is clearly a fourth way to measure an object. Its duration, its existence across moments, totally distinct from its size and space.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the more dimensions you add, the more substantial or complete your view of reality becomes. Time, as the fourth dimension, adds the quality of changeability. Things can evolve.
So time allows things to shift and change.
Yes, and there's this analogy. If you slice through a 3D object, the cut surface is 2D,
Right.
a cross-section. So maybe our entire 3D experience, ourselves included, is like a cross-section of a bigger 4D reality. We're just the now slice of our whole self that exists across all of time.
Wow. Okay, that is a perspective shift. So seeing a future event before it happens in 3D, that suggests it's already part of that bigger 4D self.
That's how it's interpreted here. Yes, from our limited 3D view, it looks predetermined because it's coming at us from that larger reality.
So to change conditions here, in 3D...
You need to make the change on that 4D level first. change the pattern, so to speak.
And getting access to that, that's where focusing on the unseen state comes back in. Feeling it real.
Precisely. By putting your focused attention, loaded with feeling, onto a desired state that your senses currently deny, and vividly imagining you're experiencing it, the idea is you can actually sort of wake up in that dimensionally larger world where that state is already a concrete reality.
The source also mentions a serial universe, briefly. What's that about? Does it tie in?
It touches on it, yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of potentially infinite parallel realities existing alongside ours.
Yeah.
But honestly, for the practical goal of changing your future,
Yeah.
the main thing is engaging with the world you perceive now, and crucially, the world you can create and experience vividly in your conscious imagination. That's the tool you can actually use.
So wrapping this up then, the core message is, we're not just passengers. We're not stuck on some fixed track.
Seems not. It suggests we have this innate ability to influence what's coming.
By using our imagination consciously, assuming the feeling of what we want right now.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for you, the listener. If your assumptions, especially about yourself, really do create your reality, what's one small assumption you hold, maybe one you barely notice, that you could look at again now? Something about what's possible for you, maybe.
Like a limiting belief I didn't even realize was a belief.
Exactly. Just reflecting on those underlying assumptions.
Yeah.
Knowing they might have this creative power. That could be pretty empowering, couldn't it?
Definitely gives you something to think about. This whole idea of thinking fourth dimensionally. It's a powerful lens, for sure. A different way to see reality, and maybe ourselves.
Absolutely. A very different perspective on time and potential.